I just wanted to briefly mention, I have this 2B mindset group right here. This is what it looks like. I'm just going to teach you guys real quick. I'll come into the team page and teach it later. But I have, if you go to the 2B mindset group that we have set up for our team, it looks like this. We've decided as a team, it's not going to be just for people who purchase the program. It's going to be for anybody that's interested, kind of as an educational group, which I think is awesome, because if they see people in there that love it, like you and me and our clients, they're going to want to purchase it since it's only $99. But I've set up in here, we'll have to mastermind as a team. If you come in here to units, over the weekend, I set up 23 units, and what I did is I basically took the challenge group guides and the tools in the back office, and I broke them into units like this. So it's really cool. What happens is, like water, veggies most, emotional eating, they're kind of like topics. Is what happens is when we're going through this, if I do a post, for example, in prep week and welcome, it shows up in this unit, but it also shows up on the regular timeline. And what's cool about it is it'll be specifically set in this unit by itself, but also on the full timeline. So as someone comes into the group later, let's say a month down the road, 2 months down the road, 3 months down the road, we can teach them how to go through these units and learn everything that we've gone through as well, and everything that we've experienced, from sharing recipes inside of the recipe unit, talking about our cravings, showing our transformations, and so forth. So I just want to mention that to you guys. And also check the Team Dynasty page after this, as I have put in an invite script for the 2B mindset that's working really well. So that's all I wanted to share real quick.
Nothing's going right.
What's that?
Nothing's going right with this laptop. Sorry,
that's all right. Chris,
I
have the Team Dynasty page up as well. So we're going to do our thing, and then I'll go see if anybody asked a question on the comment thread, and then we'll hit it. So, and we're amongst friends here. We're just in our Team Dynasty group, in our team page. And so I just wanted to start, Chris, I want you to share with us, we're going to do this a little bit opposite real quick, it's going to be like a speed round. Give me 30 seconds to 1 minute on how your life has transformed in the past 11 months.
Well, I have one. First of all, I was on the road to not having one. To put it bluntly, I was close to dying. I was waiting for it. In fact, I was ill. I was in pain. I was depressed. I was doing 80, 90, 100-hour weeks on the night shift, not really seeing my family, getting fat, getting dead, basically. That's where I started. And then someone answered my email. Saw an advert, someone answered my email, Scotty. It was you, buddy.
Dude, you can't make me cry already. We're just getting started. So
that's the real story, man. That's the real story.
So it started with that email. You came into our fitness group. I remember you did a video and you posted up the picture we used was a screenshot, I believe, of that video, right? Talking about where you were at and where you want to be. So tell me now, I know you say you have a life now, but how do you feel? How has your life changed?
I feel like I'm living as opposed to just existing. I feel like I was an oxygen thief or something. That's what I used to be. I was just existing and taking up space, a lot of space too. Now, like today, we were out at the seaside. I was playing with my daughters, enjoying the time with my wife, and I just wouldn't have done any of those things. I wouldn't have been able to. I mean, man, I took my shirt off at the beach and was happy to do it. And now I'm not a physique model quite yet, but I felt so free. That's how I feel. I feel free, alive and free, and able to live and able to enjoy. You know, God's blessed me a lot in my life, even when I didn't realize it, with like a wife and family and friends that, you know, love me. And I feel like I can feed back into that now. I think I leached off people for a while, not intentionally, But I wasn't adding value to their lives. I wasn't loving them properly. So I feel like now, for all the people that have shown me love, for all the people that have supported me and didn't let me fail, I'm now able to sow back into them. And it feels so good. It feels much better than a lottery win, or anything like that.
I love that. You know, one thing that I love about you, Chris, is seeing your mind transform as well, and your belief about what's possible for the future. Like you specifically say, I'm going to be the Beachbody champion winner. Like you talk about that, but I just notice it in every single thing you say. You just said, I'm not a physique model yet. So it makes me hear you say like, hey, that's where I'm going. I'm going to have the body and the health that I want. I'm not there yet, but I'm going to achieve that.
Well, why not? Because I think that, and this sounds a little bit churchy maybe, when you go from death to life, surely anything else is easier, right?
Yeah. Simple.
So why not?
Simple as that. I love that. So I have a question. We're inside of the team page right now. This is like, you know, we've done live videos with you about your transformation on the public Facebook wall. And, you know, the whole idea and goal of that is that you inspire somebody with your transformation, show what's possible. Inside of this team page, you know, I'm always trying to figure out, like, here, I'll just say what it is. I was listening to Tony Robbins last week talking about team culture and building a business. And it used to be, he was talking about 10 years ago, a business cycle, you could get something that worked really well and you could go for 5 years with it, 7 years with it, and just crush the competition, let's say. That's kind of how he worded it. So now the way that people are and the way times change and innovation and technology, that you can only really crush it in a business, let's say, for 6 months, until you need to innovate again. And I was like, holy crap, we need as a team to do a lot more innovating. And so I'm on this thought about team and innovation and becoming better and helping more people. Obviously, you've been helped in some sort of way by this team. You mentioned the people that didn't let you quit. Yeah. So talk to me, how has the team helped you stay on track? Versus had you done it alone?
Well, no one's let me disappear. There are a few key people who are just there constantly, like you're one, Froso, Sammy's around, Hannah, Lacey. They're just always there. Like, and it's not orchestrated, I don't think, but they're always just there. Like one or the other or someone is always asking like how I'm doing, or, you know, checking how things are. It's hard to disappear, which was a character trait of mine previous to this, and it's what got me to ill health. It's relentless love and care, which has been the safety net, and I'm, you know, it's always there. I can rely. I don't even have to. These people that have decided to come a little bit closer than a wider team in general won't let me fail.
I love that. It makes me think about like the goals I have for this team and for you guys as you build teams, that the necessity, I guess, of just attracting good people that care about other people. Like you said, it's not orchestrated. Like I didn't message Sammy and Hannah and Lacey and Froso and these amazing coaches that you mentioned.
It's just the culture. It's the culture. Yeah. You've attracted those people, those kinds of people with those kinds of hearts, and you know, God has blessed me with the same within my own group. I don't tell them to encourage each other. I don't tell them to love each other and support each other. They just do, which hopefully is a testament to how I coach them, and certainly how you coach me within Team Dynasty. It's just it's a reproduction thing. It's like a compound interest thing that you talk about within, you know, the business. But just as a culture, it's just what you created, and I imagine, is it Lindsay before you? It's just the compound effects.
Yeah, it's kind of cool as you say that. Like we're not going anywhere I want where I had an idea with this interview, but I love no, I'm not saying that. I love where this is going because it's making me think now, and I know everybody that's watching here on Facebook Live in our group can think this. Like Lindsay's was an amazing. Like I was attracted to the way that Lindsay ran her business, but I think one of the coolest things is like. And I remember it was through a team cup, and I'm not promoting a team cup, but there's not one on the horizon that I know of. But she put me in a group with Melanie Mitro, Katie Hefner, Shay Stanford, and herself, and we just grew this friend. Like we're amazing friends now. 7 years later, we all have our separate individual teams and businesses, but we like if I'm going on a snowboarding trip or something, I call them, and I say, hey, do you guys want to go do something with us? So we've created that friendship in that way, and you're starting to do that inside of Team 2 Coins. Dude, you look good, man.
Yeah, I actually did this shirt here, Team Iron Warriors.
Yeah.
This was my old MMA team from like a few years ago and a few pounds ago, and I never used to be able to, wear this, but it's
loose
baggy on now, so feeling great.
Awesome. So Gabby and I, this is off topic, but I'm going to ask some questions about this, and we're going to go check in a minute questions on the Facebook group. Gabby and I were talking. By the way, she's in Salt Lake City right now. I got all 5 kids. They're at school right now. My dad has the little guy. But we were talking. One night, Gabby and I went on this date for like 4 hours, and we left my 11-year-old in charge. So there's 11, 9, 7, 5, and 3. So she's babysitting them. We don't give her any instructions other than don't play outside, keep the door locked. You guys watch a movie, right? And Gabby and I go out and we go do some shopping for a remodel that we're doing. And the craziest thing happened, and I'm just throwing my thoughts out there because Gabby and I were talking about this, and maybe we can collaborate and figure something out here. So most nights, you guys as parents could probably relate to this, like, we're trying to get them in. We have a goal bedtime every night. We do scriptures, we do prayer, got to brush their teeth, get them dressed in their jammies, scripture, prayer. Gabby and I do a routine. We give them each a massage for 10 minutes. Not me, all 5, like we split them up and we give them 10-minute massage and just spend quality time with them. But it's like pulling teeth to get them to just go one step to the next, to get everything cleaned up, put the toys away. You got to ask them like 100 times sometimes. We go on this date for 4 hours. We come back. The house is immaculately clean. The floor swept, the dishes done, the toys put away, all teeth are brushed. They're in their jammies. The baby has his diaper on. They're on the couch reading scriptures together. And it's like complete peace. And we were gone. And we're like, it was Gabby and I being honest with each other. I'm like, maybe I'm too much in the team page every day. Like, do this, do that. Here's this, here's that. Like I do to my kids. Like, maybe sometimes I should step away a little bit and let them, like my kids do what I know they can do. But then I'm like, I don't want to step away because I like to be involved. It's like that hard balance, right?
Well, I had this discussion with Haley a little while ago. I had it with myself, really. I loved the attention. It's going to sound, I don't know how it'll sound, but I loved the attention and care that I got from you way back then, which was more on a daily basis. And after a little while, I was like, oh, I sort of missed that sort of daily input with Scotty. But then it sort of dawned on me that the penny dropped was that as a parent, when you're raising your children, from a young age, you have to be sort of on them in terms of telling them what to do. And then after a little while, you have to kind of let them grow up. You have to kind of let them fall, let them do their own thing, let them learn on their own. And I'm like thinking, maybe Scotty here is showing faith in me. Like, if I'm going to achieve everything I'm going to achieve, he can't always hold my hand. He can't always be like with me the whole time. And I thought, oh, that happened to me when I was growing up too. And for me to really grow up to be a man, to be a father and a husband, like my dad's not next to me telling me how to be a husband or a father. There's a certain aspect of you know, your dad has to let go of you and you're riding the bike and you have to go on your own two wheels and you have to ride off down the street. It was hard initially, a little bit scary, but that's how you learn how to ride a bike.
Yeah.
So now I'm riding a bike.
There you go. Okay, that gave me some things to think about. But then a father, for example, in this scenario is always there, in a great relationship, just not so much. Okay, that was totally not where I wanted to go, but a thought came to my mind, so we're going to talk about it while we're here, because it has to do with a team, has to do with an individual coach growing into the place where they're at. And so that leads me to the next question, Chris. You've been on this journey since, May, June. So it's like a year almost now since you first started.
I think I started working out in June and then the sign-up was October, so around mid-June, I think. So
June, you started this journey. I think an important note for everybody on the Team Dynasty who's watching this video, which I believe will correlate into what some of what you're going to tell me as we talk about you recruiting coaches. You came into that group for free, didn't buy anything from me as a coach, just got the love and support that you talk about for June, July, August, September, October before you ever invested, right? So that's 6 months. When I talk to somebody and do an initial phone call with them, it's usually 3 to 9 months before they actually buy a challenge pack, buy BOD, try Shakeology, even get a free membership sometimes, or become a coach. 3 to 9 months is my normal. Sometimes 4 years that I've talked to somebody from the first time I helped them. So let's talk about your business, Chris. For 6 months, you were on this fitness journey. You became a coach at the launch of the UK in October of 2017. Now it's been October, November, December, January, February, March, April, 6 months. So 6 months on your journey, 6 months as a coach. Last month in April, you hit Success Club 10 for your first time, right? Had you ever hit Success Club?
Success Club anything, really.
Yeah.
I don't really count the 2 points I got from signing up my wife.
Yeah.
But it was 6 months of building a team culture, building relationships with people, and it just dropped. It just dropped. I was having fun with my workouts. I offered, and people just went like that.
Yeah.
Easy.
Easy.
It's so natural. People were in. People were in the culture, were in the family. I was starting something. I offered. They accepted. It was dead simple.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it takes some building. You have to build the team, build the culture, build the relationship. But when the time's right for these people, it's not selling. There's no selling. People ask. People ask me.
So tell me what.
Sorry, I was just going to say, like, I made people aware that I was starting a Code of Force challenge group, and it just so happens to be the one from my MMA background, the one I probably had the most fun doing.
Yeah.
And I think that translated to the people just thought, oh, I want to do that. And they asked me. Like, I didn't approach them and go, hey, do you want to join this challenge group? People messaged me.
So what did that, so you decided on, you made a firm decision to start Core to Force program. Mm-hmm. So what did that look like on your invite on social media? Did you breadcrumb it on stories? Was it one post on Facebook or Instagram? Or was it inside of your team group, your fitness Team 2 Coins?
No, it was, I sort of did all of it. But the real responses came from an invite on my main page. So not 2 Coins. I'd invited along the way in 2 Coins, and obviously no one had signed up.
Yeah.
But it was from a straight invite with a couple of pictures. You know, the way we've been sort of taught how to post it with some emojis and making it look fun.
Yeah.
So I would do that, and then there was a couple of live sort of invites. Where I would be looking into the camera, looking at people. I think it's called barreling. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I wanted to make like a real connection that people could see sincerity in my eyes. Like, this is fun. I enjoy it. You can join in too. And people just, the penny dropped for people.
I love this. Okay, so from that, you recruited 3 coaches, or you have 3 coaches now, 2 new coaches. Haley is one. You recruited 2 new coaches last month, so you're going to be an Emerald coach, and 3 of them were challengers for this group. So, a couple things that I take note of, and I'll just tell you guys things I take note of, so you guys can write these down as well. Chris he's not at his goal weight, not yet. But he has been on the journey and consistent on the journey for 1 year on his health and fitness journey. That's one thing. He has invited people consistently for a year into his team tribe of people, whether they buy or not, called Team 2 Coins, where he supports and loves them. And they see him consistently show up. Number 3, Chris is trusting the process. So he's been a coach for 6 months. When he didn't have any Success Club points for 6 months, he didn't say, oh, I must suck. What's wrong with me? Why am I not Emerald? Why am I not hitting Success Club like so-and-so? He kept on his own journey and consistent at that. And then when you say it's easy, it just like it dropped. What I want you guys to understand is that it's easy in the fact that because he was consistent, like he built the rapport and the trust, and then it was just more natural. So more of a natural flow. And I think that's just to kind of share with you guys, like I do 1 phone call a day, and I never expect them to sign up that day or even in the next week. It's like they're going to join sometime. I don't care if it's today or tomorrow or next week or in 2 years or 5 years from now. I'm going to make sure that I do that phone call good, and I leave them feeling better than before they got on that call with me. And then when the time's right, the time will be right for them. Chris, I'm going to ask a question. I'm going to see in the Team Dynasty page real quick if anybody has a question for you. 1 year. It looks like it might be a little bit laggy, so I don't know if I can see any. Do you guys have any questions for Chris, those of you that are on Facebook Live? Okay, I don't see any right now. So, Chris, I'm going to ask you one question, and then we'll let you go. I wanted to keep this kind of around 30 minutes.
That's all right.
Man, I say one question, then like 5 popped in my head at once.
Hey, I've got time if you've got time.
Okay, well, I'll ask a couple then. So my question to you would be, what would you say to someone right now, to a coach that's just saying, that's in their mind saying, I don't know if this is for me. Like, I don't know, like they've sent some invites out and they're just like, we don't know exactly what they're doing, how many invites they're sending. We don't know what day, if they're on their program or not all the way. What advice would you give to someone that doesn't have any momentum right now? It feels like they don't have any momentum and they're just like, I don't know if this is cut out for me or if I should do this. At your perspective as a coach that's starting to get momentum and somebody that's being transformed by this company and process, what would you say to that coach if you were to have that one-on-one conversation with them?
If I could have that one-on-one, it would be trust the process. I hate to point out the obvious. When I hit the 4 vital behaviors consistently, it works. The name speaks for itself. They are vital. And don't kid yourself that you're doing them either. I've had dips where I thought I was doing them, but if I'm honest, I've not been. If you can be honest with yourself and honestly hit the 4 vital behaviors consistently, people will notice. And I'm not saying anything, but people will notice what you're doing, especially like with personal development. You might not notice it per se, but people will notice like an attitude, the way you talk, the way you carry yourself. That's probably the most important. I regard that as like my foundation, you know, the personal development one. So it's start there, do the other 3 vital behaviors, and just keep doing it. Oh, and another thing, sorry, before we carry on, don't chase the sale. I mean, I know we want to be successful, we want to make money, we want to help people, but for want of a better expression, you can't be a doggone heat about it. So if it's a thing that pops into my head, you know, like, do you want to buy? Do you want to buy? You can't do it like that. And to scripturify it, if you like, it's seeking first the kingdom. And all the other things will be added to you. Do the 4 vital behaviors. Do it consistently. Do it early in the day. I find that helps too. And things will be built. You know, even like the tallest buildings, you know, there's a lot of under the ground work that happens first. That's what you're doing. After a while of doing that, it starts to build. So just because you can't see like a 2,000-foot skyscraper straight away, just know, like in your mind and in your heart, I'm building foundations. No one's buying yet. My group isn't that big yet. I haven't made any money yet. I'm building foundations. If I get these foundations right, I can build whatever it is I want to build.
You just made me think, Chris, about, because I've been with Team Beachbody officially as a coach for 7 years. I was coaching without being paid for it for an entire year before that, like doing P90X, helping people for free. So like 8 years. So I've seen people, you just made me think about it in a way that I haven't seen before. I've always thought of it as like a tree with roots and a tree without roots, where you say a building with a foundation. If you, let's say you have a lot of influence with people, like you have, what's the word? I can't think of the word right now. You're charismatic. People follow you naturally. You could come into this business and, like, I'm just saying, someone in general could come in and say, hey, come do this with me. And they're the kind of person people will follow them. And they can sell challenge packs, recruit coaches, hit Success Club, even hit Diamond in, 14 days I've seen before, right? All of these things. But if you don't do what you talk about, the 4 vital behaviors, build yourself, work on your transformation, fall in love with the company, the product, your transformation, loving people, serving people, building that foundation that you talk about. And if you come in and don't do those things and you just recruit and sell, you could build the tallest, fastest skyscraper, but when the winds come, when life hits you, you have no foundation. That whole thing can come down.
Personally, I think that's building on sand.
Yeah.
Personally, but if I'm talking about my own story, I know there are network marketers out there. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, it's fine. You know, it's not me. I'm not a network marketer. I'm not a salesperson. I'm Team Beachbody. This is I don't have an interest in, you know, building a networking business. My business, if you like, is helping people through this. This is what gave me life. This is what caused like a rebirth to me. So that's what I'm about. So I'm being true to that DNA, and I think it's Gary Vee who says it as well. Like, you can't trump DNA. Whatever your DNA is, run with that.
Yeah,
that would be my advice as well. Whatever your DNA is, don't try and trump it. Just run with whatever it is you are.
Yeah, find what it is that you love inside of this and run with that. We're multi-level helpers, right? That's what we are. Multi-level helpers. I help you, and then you help somebody else achieve their transformation. Chris, I want you to know you're an inspiration. I showed your picture to my friend, came over on Thursday, that I grew up 3 houses down from me. He's at 400.
Isn't that picture horrendous? I look, you know, in a way, I don't feel terribly different to that. You know, when you think, oh, how much progress have I made? And I look at myself and I'm like, oh, I still see a bit of flab, a bit of loose skin and all that kind of stuff. But this is why it's important to take like progress pictures and before and afters. I looked at it and I was just like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I showed that picture to him. He's at 437 pounds right now. And he's my height. He's 5'11", and he saw your pictures, and there was just hope. He standing in my doorway. He said, "You think I can do that?" And I was like,
"Oh, absolutely."
"You can do it." So you are an inspiration to him as well. So just know that each one of you guys, not Chris alone.
Hey, Scotty. Yeah. I mean, I can sign him then.
There you go. Well, one thing I want you guys to understand, Chris, and everybody watching this, is This friend of mine has come to me for 7 years and never purchased anything, never followed through with it. And, you know, he, like right now, he doesn't have a job. He's struggling. And I said, hey, you know what? I was like, we do Beachbody on Demand now. I have DVDs to Core to Force that I don't use. And I probably never plug in again. He lives about 3 hours away from me now. I was like, I'll tell you what, if you drive into town sometime, I'll give them to you. And we're just going to start right there. We're going to eat. Guess what I said? We're going to do water first, more veggies, and you're going to do this workout program. So, guys, like Chris said, there's no sell. I didn't try to tell him to sell his TV set so that he could buy it. I'm just going to support him, watch him begin to transform, just like Chris did for 6 months before beginning. And because I'm going to be here 10 years from now, I don't need him to buy something now. I don't need you to buy something now, because we're in this for the long haul. So anyhow, Chris, I'm going to let you guys go. I do have a prospect phone call coming up right now with a friend that I met on Instagram. But Chris, I want to say thanks for your time and everybody that was on Facebook Live today. We appreciate, Chris, what you're doing. And guys, let's just continue building this amazing team culture of helping people. Check out the post I did in the team page today about 2B Mindset, an invite process that'll help you out. I'll know how to help them. And just know that our 2B Mindset group, you don't have to buy anything to come into it, right? We're gonna help people for free inside of the 2B Mindset group. And when they're ready, they can get it. Just kind of as we've talked about today, when the timing's right for them, it's going to be an easy drop to where they've been in that group, seeing people transform, and they come to you and say, Sammy, how do I order 2B Mindset? Right? I've seen everybody do it. That's how we're going to do it. We're going to help people and serve them. So thanks, Chris. Enjoy your family tonight. I know it's getting late over there, and we'll see you later, bud.
Right.
Okay, bye. Let's see if I can hit the finish button from here.